Repair Clinic encourages you to perform this procedure safely. In this video, we will show one or more of these icons to alert you when to use caution. Before you begin this repair, make sure the engine has cooled. Remove the wire and boot from each spark plug. Then disconnect the cables from the battery. Black first, then red. Your next step is to remove the nuts securing the exhaust system and pull the exhaust system and gaskets off. The system may vary depending on your application. Next, loosen the cover knob to release the air filter cover and pull the cover off. Now remove the wing nuts securing the inner air filter cover and pull the inner cover off along with the air filter and pre-cleaner. Next, remove the bolts to release the fuel pump. Disconnect the regulator rectifier wire harness. Remove the bolt to release the dipstick tube from the bracket and pull it out of the engine sump. Be prepared for a small amount of oil to spill out. Remove the screws to release the brackets holding the oil breather in place and pull the breather out of the valve cover. Now remove the screws securing the throttle control bracket and move the bracket out of the way. Use an Allen head wrench to remove the bolts securing the grass shield and pull the shield off along with the support ring. Now remove the mounting screws securing the blower housing. Pull the housing off. Be aware this may require some effort. Next, remove the retaining bolts securing the baffles attached to the cylinder head you're working on. Be aware you may need to move the carburetor out of the way to access certain bolts, depending on your model. Now pull both baffles off. Remove the bolts from the intake manifold attached to the cylinder head and loosen the bolts securing the opposite end of the manifold. Uninstall the bolts securing the valve cover. And pull the cover off. Be prepared for some oil to spill. Loosen the bolts securing the rocker arms and rotate the arms out of the way. Now pull out the push rods. Use a socket to remove the nuts and washers securing the cylinder head. Now remove the head and gaskets. And clean off any residue on the engine block or manifold. You're now ready to install the new gaskets. Slide the new cylinder head gasket onto the dowel pins. Then reposition the cylinder head. Secure it with the provided nuts and washers or bolts if applicable to your model. Torque to manufacturer specifications. Reinsert the push rods and align them with the rocker arms. Tighten the bolts to secure. Reinstall the valve cover by securing the bolts. Install the new intake manifold gasket and replace the bolts to secure. Reconnect the grounding wire if applicable. tighten the bolts on the opposite end of the manifold. Realign the baffles along with the throttle control shaft bracket if applicable. And secure them with the retaining bolts. Reposition the blower housing. Secure it with the mounting screws. Align the support ring, then reposition the grass shield and secure the bolts. Realign the throttle control bracket and secure it with the screws. Align the oil breather's rear retaining bracket and reinsert the breather into the valve cover. Then position and secure the front retaining bracket with the screws. Reinsert the dipstick tube into the engine sump. Align it with the bracket and secure the bolt. Reconnect the regulator rectifier wire harness. Reposition the fuel pump and secure the bolts. Replace the air filter and pre-cleaner onto the elbow assembly along with the inner cover and secure with the wing nut. Replace the cover and tighten the cover knob. Align the new gasket or gaskets on the exhaust manifold bolts. Then align the exhaust system and secure it with the nuts. With the new gaskets in place, you can now reconnect the battery cables, red first, then black. Finally, reattach the wire and boot to each spark plug.